Good morning, all. My name is Sherryn Gaworecki, and I'm here with my co-host, Captain Matthew Tidman of Hampden Corps. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about what's going around Central Maryland. And Captain Tidman has something really cool to share: Christmas in July, Hampden Corps events, and some interesting adventures at camp. Now let's get started. If you are in need of fresh food, of course, what do I always say in every episode? Visit our website, www.sa-md.org. Visit our Pantry on the Go link. We have dates and locations in Middle River, in Carroll County, in Harford County, in Cecil County, all of Central Maryland. We have Pantry on the Go, where we provide a week's worth of free produce, courtesy of the Maryland Food Bank, all for you. You don't even need any identification. You just come in with your car, pull out with fresh, nutritious produce. Aside from getting free food, if you are in need, are you looking for a way to give back to your community? Are you interested in combating hunger and helping our street homeless? Our Feed More mobile canteen needs more volunteers. We need you and you and you and you to help us drive, feed meals. And Captain Tidman, you're an expert at this. You have been manning the Feed More mobile canteen. How much do we need help and volunteers?
We need a lot. We've been really blessed lately. We've been getting a lot of people that have come alongside and said, hey, I'm interested. We're working on getting people scheduled out and getting people put into those positions. But, the more help we get, the more people we get to serve. And so we're just always looking for more people to help with preparing the meals and with serving them for sure, because going out and serving it is just a rewarding experience.
I recommend not only going to our website, but please email Captain Matthew Tidman directly. And your email, Captain?
It's matthew.tidman@uss.salvationarmy.org.
Aside from doing the most good and giving back, would you like to learn a life skill? Would you like to improve your life by learning how to budget, cook, handle family matters, self-defense, you name it? We have complimentary, free life skill courses at www.sa-md.org. Just register. You can take any of our courses however many times for free. But the knowledge you get, it will double, it will triple, because you'll be giving back to your community with the knowledge that you gain. Speaking of gaining, the Salvation Army of Central Maryland has developed a young professional group called Baltimore Echelon. This is a great opportunity for you to not only give back, but be part of an exclusive community where you can develop leadership skills, participate in exclusive events, and fundraise. You can fundraise, make money to help people, all kinds of people in Central Maryland who need your help. Just visit our website, email Eric Muke, and he will provide you with more information on the Baltimore Echelon Group. If you are a senior above the age of 65, you qualify for our commodity supplemental food program, where we have a week's worth of USDA enriched meals mailed to your home, delivered to you, because we understand that many seniors above the age of 65 have transportation issues, financial issues. There's lots of hurdles. So we want to reduce that red tape and make sure you are fed, because without getting proper nutrition, so many people have health issues without the right foods, and we want to curtail that. So please call Meals on Wheels to be a part of that list, and that phone number is 410-558-0932. So July 3rd through July 8th,
Hey, that's right now.
I know, right?
Wow.
It's this week. It's going to end tomorrow, but we just want to share.
Yeah.
The Salvation Army is celebrating National Boys and Girls Club Month. I think it's a month long, or is it a week long?
I think this is the week celebration.
It's the week celebration.
Yeah.
At Camp Rappahannock, with over 60 boys and girls from Glen Burnie, Middle River, and Franklin Square.
You said 60? 6-0?
60. Wow. That's a lot. If you know of a child who is interested in joining our Boys and Girls Club, please visit our website, www.sa-md.org, to learn. Also, feel free to donate, because it just takes $25 to send a kid to camp and to change their lives forever. That's the gift that keeps on giving.
Mhm.
So, Captain Tidman, as you may know, is not only our camp expert, but he recently went to Camp Rappahannock for a week, and he also has some really cool things to share about Christmas in July. Take it away.
All right, so let's talk about Christmas in July for a minute. We all know that Christmas is in December. I think that's pretty well known at this point. However, when we get to kind of the summer months, things get a little bit tighter for the Salvation Army. The majority of the money that is raised for all of the services and all the programs we do does come in normally in those months of November and December and even January. And so we're going to be doing a fundraiser at our location at 3401 Roland Avenue in Hampden. And we're going to be doing a couple of things in order to kind of incentivize raising a little bit of money to help continuing the services and the ministries that we're doing there. The first thing is that we are going to be having an indoor yard sale. We've been collecting items. We've been having items
Really?
donated for the past couple of weeks. And we're going to set up our big fellowship hall area, the area where we do a lot of our meetings and stuff, with tables and the ability for people to come in and buy stuff. Um, it could be something simple like clothing. I know we
Clothing?
have some golf clubs we're going to be selling.
Wow.
We have a desk that was donated, and so if you need a desk for the upcoming school year for something that's going to college, this is a great desk for that kind of thing. But there will be other stuff. We're also going to have popcorn, and what is Christmas without a little bit of snow?
You need snow.
Yes, so we're going to be doing snow cones. So we have a little bit of snow there.
Oh,
Um,
snow cones?
yes, so if you're interested in getting some popcorn, some snow
Wow.
cones, we'll have those. And then the big thing we're doing, the biggest thing I think that we're doing is Santa is coming to town.
Santa's coming in July?
Santa is coming in July. He's going to be
Whoa.
there. We're going to have our little entryway set up to look very festive, and we'll be taking pictures. So you can get your Christmas card pictures in July so that they're ready to go by the time Christmas gets here.
So let me just sum it up. You can get your Christmas gifts at a good price and it's
Hmm.
going to help people. So what is Baltimore without a snow cone?
Hmm.
They're going to have all the flavors. A custard is a popular flavor. They're going to have everything. And then you get to make Christmas cards early.
Hmm.
I think it's a steal.
It's a great deal.
That's a deal. It's a steal. You got to go.
Yeah.
You got to go.
So if you're interested, that is going to be next Saturday, which is July 15th, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't have hours, but I'm sure that we've posted them on our website.
Website.
So please go to our website, sa-md.org, because it's on the calendar events. You can find out all about it, including directions to where you want to go and all of that good stuff. So if you're interested, please join us and come have fun with us because
Have fun.
we're gonna have a celebration in July, but it's also going to be going to raise money for a good cause.
Very good cause to help a lot of people.
And the other thing I get to talk about today is the thing that I did last week, which is I spent the week at camp. I know I've been talking about camp for like a month and a half now. Every time we've been on, I've been talking about camp.
It's good
Um,
reason. It's a
but
good thing.
but now I get to share stories of some things that happened at camp, and it was a fantastic time. And we've been talking about how we have the two different camps. I was at the teen camp, which is on what we call the wild side. But we actually had a couple of kids from the Hampden Corps attend regular camp. And they had so much fun. They did things like Bible lessons, they did things like crafts, they did some dancing, they had lots of fun. And I went and I talked to them on Thursday as we're getting ready to be done for the week. And I said, "So, are you having a good time at camp?" And they both tell me, "Yeah, we're having a great time. Can we just stay here for the rest of the summer?" It's like, I'm
I'm not
sorry. I'm
surprised.
sorry we can't do that, but we'll try and see if we can get you in for any more camp seasons this season because camp is filled up really quickly with slots being taken. So they definitely had a really fun time, and you always know that you've done it right when the kids are saying at the end of it, "I really don't want to leave. I want to stay here and keep going to camp."
You
So.
know that it's the most effective, it's the most blissful, greatest childhood
Mhm.
memory is camp.
Absolutely. And that's what happened on the main side of camp where we went over for meals. But the rest of the time we were on the wild side, and I was over with a bunch of teenage boys, several of them from our Boys and Girls Clubs in Franklin Square and Middle River. And so, I got to meet a lot of those young men who are going to the Boys and Girls Club. And we've got some really great young people in our community, some really awesome young people in our community. But I'll never forget that first day. That first day, You're getting settled in. They're going, man, I thought we were staying in cabins. Why are we staying in tents instead of cabins? It's a culture shock if nothing else, because they're not expecting that. Um, and so I'm taking them over to grab some water from the water stations at night right before bed. And they're all going, man, I hate this. I just want to go home. I can't stand this. Why in the world are we making us do this? This is the worst thing. There's bugs and spiders everywhere.
There's no
I,
iPhones.
our
I'm just
iPhones, we're not allowed to
joking.
have them. No, seriously, that was one of the complaints. We're not allowed to be on our iPhones. And
Unplugged.
and I told them, it's going to get better. Your attitude is going to affect your altitude. If you
Yep.
go in expecting this to be a terrible time, you're going to make it
Terrible
happen. You're going to
time.
make it a terrible time. So fast forward to the very end of camp, we had a time at the very end where we're talking about experiences, and the same guys, I said, "Hey, you wanted to go home at the beginning of the week. Are you glad that you stayed now?" Or like, "Yeah, that was so much fun. I can't believe that's what we felt like at the beginning of the week." But it's one of those experiences for them. I challenged them. I said, there are going to be a lot of times in your life where you're going to come across these situations where you're like, this is terrible. I don't want to do this. But sometimes when we push through those, we find really, really cool and neat experiences underneath waiting to come out.
You can't have a camp experience on your phone the whole time. Like, you have
Yeah.
to be immersed in the experience and have a positive outlook, because change is good.
Mm-hmm.
New
Absolutely.
skills, new experiences, making new friends, just that confidence, accomplishing things that seem scary
Mm-hmm.
in the wild.
Yeah, it's funny. All of the kids, not just the ones from Baltimore, but all the kids that were there, the very first day we had them sit down in this brand new pavilion that they built at camp. It's beautiful. It's a great space if it's raining to go and be out of the rain and still be able to do stuff. But we had them all sitting there, and of course, it's outside 24/7, and so bugs are going to make their home in that pavilion. And so the first day we had them all getting in, and they're all freaking out because they're seeing spiders and they're seeing crickets and they're seeing all kinds of bugs. By the last day, everybody was like, "Oh, hey, there's a spider there. Great, let's move on." So it's interesting how you get used to those kinds of things when you're not used to them, and it was really good to see the growth that we saw with those kids. We got to canoe down the Rappahannock River one day.
Wow.
It was really fun. We stopped halfway through our canoe trip and set up a fire and cooked some hot dogs over an open fire.
Wow.
It was really a full camp
So
experience.
just you just made a fire from scratch, like you bundled up the wood
Hmm.
and
I may have
wow.
I may have cheated just a little bit. I did have some commercial fire starters that helped me out a little bit, but yeah, we used driftwood that had drifted up onto the little island that we were sitting on, and just kind of put together a quick fire and was able to make it hot enough to cook hot dogs, and the kids had a good time. The kids got to learn how to cook a hot dog over an open flame, which is not as easy as it sounds, because if you're not careful, your stick can catch fire and then your hot dog just falls off into the fire. So
It's kind of funny,
you want to make sure
kind
you're
of
kind of being
comical.
careful with that. But
Yeah.
they were having a great time. I can tell you the canoe I was in did flip over once. In fact, it was at the very beginning of the trip. We didn't see a route and we went straight for it, and we didn't see it and hit it and head on, and so managed to flip our canoe early. But we got righted and everything was fine. So it's
Those are adventures.
it's all these kinds of adventures that we have: hiking, camping out in the outdoors, all of that good stuff. I taught some survival skills to some kids, some knot tying and how to start their own fire. And I'm hoping that they take that and use that responsible knowledge responsibly, because we need to be responsible when we're starting fires everywhere. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and really, I'm going, man. I hope I get to do it again next year, because it's just such a great opportunity. One of the things that was great is that the major who's the DYS there, whose name is just not coming to my head right now. Um,
I would need to Google.
Yes, but he is very good about posting stuff up to the camp's Facebook page as it's happening. So if you're following along on
Really?
Facebook, you would have seen pictures of the guys doing stuff. You would have seen possibly some videos and some things that happened. And so I know he's going to be doing that throughout the entire summer. So if you're interested in following the Facebook page for the Rappahannock Camp and Retreat Center, you're going to see some great stuff that's going to be happening all summer long. So make sure you're doing that in addition to following us on social media, because we don't want to lose you just because you go over there because of all the cool stuff that's happening there. But we do want to shout them out because they are doing a great job of just kind of documenting what's going on at camp so that we can all see, these are life changing experiences that these kids are having.
Just follow Camp Rappahannock on social media, and then
Hmm.
you get live footage of what's lives changed forever.
Absolutely.
And of course, always follow Salvation Army of Central Maryland on social media and on the web. And on that note, see you all next week, and keep tuned to our social media about camp. It's a life-changing experience.
Absolutely.